What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another sweltering, humid, hot, sunburnt ass Mustang build video. Here she goes. Today I'm going to work on getting the tabs built for the radiator to sit on, since I got this new core support built out of some tubing. I've got the turbo mounted back in. I drilled out the holes a little bit and put some better bolts in it, so it's kind of sitting where it should be now. I'm also going to work on this transition piece, getting it to line up with said piece down here. I think I'm going to work on the upper radiator brackets here that will hold the radiator in place when we have it where we want it. It's finicky stuff. It's fabrication stuff. It's going to take a little bit. Nothing's going to be quick about this, so maybe I'll break this down in a couple days. So I guess let's tear into it. Also, after some measuring and thinking, as well as talking to a couple people, don't think I'm going to do the eBay fans. I think I'm just going to do a Ford Taurus fan. Apparently they move a wicked good amount of CFMs, and it's roughly the same size as the radiator that I bought. Ford Taurus fan is 17 inches wide, 16 inches tall at the mounting holes. It's a 16-inch fan, and it moves roughly 3,400 CFMs, which is awesome. The eBay fans I was looking at only moved about 2,900. So Ford Taurus fan I can get from the junkyard for asshole cheap, and go get another one anytime I want. And apparently they work great. So tons of people use them. So that being said, I'm going to work on making some little brackets here. I know I got to cut that piece of the intercooler pipe off and re-aluminum braze that pipe back together. I'll do that in a minute. Yeah, let me get to it. All right, so I have aluminum brazed these pipes together, and yes, it works. Look how nice and clear that looks in there. Seamless, right? I'm pretty tickled. So there is the updated pipe. You see it's really close to being the exact same size. The same shape, same point of takeoff, all that bull crap. So I think I'm to the point where I can raise this pipe on the bottom up here up and try to get an angle on it, cut it, and match it up and weld that together too. So I'm going to do that next. All right, here we go. I've got a handmade 90 there. A coupling, handmade 90 from before, and a couple other couplings. I could weld this pipe together. May do that later. But for now, it fits great. So, of course, I'm gonna notch these pipes here with a little handmade tool I'm gonna make later, probably next video or so. But I'll show you how to put a groove or a dimple on this pipe all the way around, so that these, T-bolt flanges here will actually grip this coupling a little better. And then when we're all done, ready to start the car, we'll spray that with hairspray on the underneath side, the aerosol hairspray. And it acts kind of like glue, and it's just flammable, so if it ever hurts anything, it'll just burn. If it gets loose. It won't, but if it ever comes loose, it'll just burn. So anyway, there's the hot discharge side, and there's the cold discharge side, all completed. Sits pretty flush up and down. Haven't put the bumper on yet. Need to test that. It's just sitting here chilling. So pretty tickled with that. I'm gonna put the bumper on now just to double check, make sure nothing's hitting or smacking anything. I don't think it will be, but let's get it on. Okay, so it takes me like 2 minutes to put the bumper on now. I've had it on and off so many times. But everything looks clear. One of the T-bolt flanges, T-bolt clamps, is hitting on the bottom of the bumper. From where I spun it around the wrong direction. It's hitting right there. If you look real close, you can see it. No big deal. As you see, it clears everything pretty damn well. This side needs to come up just a hair. As you see, there's some adjustment there. So I'm going to raise that up some. It's just a little lower on that side than it is the other side of the car. And this side's all the way down already. That's just the unevenness of the car, from what I found out. So, I'm pretty tickled, y'all. Everything else looks pretty good. I need to make my standoff brackets to go from the core support to the intercooler, and I need to make braces to go from here to the bottom of the frame rail so that the core support doesn't move. everything kind of connects to everything else. It'll all button up together pretty soon, a little at a time. All right, so I'm sweating like a pig. It's stupid humid today. I had a little thunderstorm roll through, and it brought ridiculous humidity. So it's about 11:30 now. I'm gonna call it for the night. No sense in sitting out here working forever and just zapping myself on energy. So I've done enough for the night, I think. We'll start over again tomorrow. All right, back out the next day. I'm gonna waste time with the blah blah crap. Let's get back at it. All right, on the agenda, first I want to work on the standoffs for the intercooler to tie it into the radiator core support. After that, we're going to cut out the stuff in front of the turbo so it's got a nice smooth entrance. After that, we're going to work on our support beams for our core support. Tie it all together. That's on the to-do list for today. All right, so I cut off some pieces here. These are 4 inches, and I beveled the end with the grinder. I just held it against the grinding stone there until it beveled the way I wanted the bevel to look. It fits perfectly on that 1/2 inch pipe or whatever there, perfectly. Let's see if put on a piece of pipe here. Nice and snug, right? Looks good, so I can weld that on. All right, these are 4 inches. They're about 1 inch too short. So it's about 4 and maybe just short of 4 from that nub right there to this bar when this thing is sitting perfectly 90 degrees. I've got it at perfectly 90 degrees right now. Some have to recut some about 5 inches. So that's what the measurement's going to be. 5 inches off of the core support to the intercooler mounting tabs. On this side, I've got it notched, like I said. On the other side, I'm going to flatten that and drill a hole in it. So it's nice and flush. Let's set up there real good like. So let me cut some 5-inch pieces out of that pipe, and we'll get the same thing done that we just did. Okay, so here's what I come up with. I got this little bracket going over here to the core support. I made a little spacer to step it down to get away from the radiator, so I'm not rubbing the radiator. I got room in there. I can't get a really good angle on it, but there's room in there. Maybe you can see. Yeah, there we go. And the radiator can move a little too. It's not set in stone right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it here, tack the spacer on, and I'm going to tack it back here after I get the spacer tacked. And then we will take it off and burn it in, and it should be ready to rock and roll. I also adjusted this up here a little bit and got a little higher, so now the intercooler's level. So it's all level now. Looks a little better. So tack it up, let it rip, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, and here we go. I didn't go like ham on these welds, just some tacks. I rounded off the edges on the bracket, welded it on pretty decent on the core support. Nothing crazy, just enough to hold it on. Just hold an intercooler. It ain't got to be a NHRA certified 750 bar. It's just a little bit. So I got the radiator just kind of sitting there for now, but oh shit, moving stuff. It'll damn, it's still hot. It'll move. Eventually I'll have it bolted down and in place, but I was more concerned about getting the intercooler where I wanted it first. It's still pretty solid right now, even with one mount on the bottom, but I'm gonna do the other one anyway. So one successful mount done. I gotta tell y'all, it is insanely humid out here today. I think the barometric pressure's dropped, the humidity's up, the dew point's up. It's about to storm, y'all. You don't see any clouds right now. It's not the way it works in the south. All of a sudden the clouds kind of roll in and we get a thunderstorm. So I'm probably gonna cut it short out here. I'm just dripping sweat. So it's just the way it is in the summer, man. There's no rush. Pretty tickled I got something done. Probably gonna work on the other mount a little bit, and I'm gonna cut that stuff out of the way of the turbo. So let's get back at it. All right, y'all. Mount number 2 looks just like mount number 1, basically. Nothing fancy, right? But I gotta tell y'all, it lines up perfect. Exactly where I wanted it to. God almighty. I'm excited, y'all. I feel like I did a damn good job on that. I know this crap takes a long time, and I'm sorry. There's like a, I'm trying to get like an underneath shot. There we go. It's pretty symmetrical too. I know this crap takes a long time, y'all. Sorry. It's yeah, I'm soaking wet. It's just pouring sweat. Fabrication is not a quick thing. You got to sit here, plan, measure, cut, measure, plan, cut, measure, till you get it the way you want it. I wish it went quicker, but in the real world, which is what this video's and this entire channel is about, is the real world. You don't just jump in here and throw shit together. It's not the way it works. If you've got thousands of dollars in the bank you can just blow, sure, you can do that, but I don't have that. So for this kind of work, you just have to take your time and do it right. I can't say that enough. Like I'm sitting here thinking about this, like, do I really upload this on YouTube? Because it's taking forever. But then it kind of dawned on me, like, well, in the real world, it takes forever. If you send your car off to a custom fabricator, he's going to keep that shit for months or a month, and he's going to charge you thousands of dollars to do the work that he did based on his labor. Well, your labor is free for yourself, so, you know, it takes a little longer, but you save a lot of money on the other end. This tubing, like I said, is the same piece of tubing I've been using the entire time. It's $7. $7, y'all. Come on. It's just my time. I've got plenty of time. I got all the time in the world. There's no rush to get this car finished, so I'm going to clean up. I'm really proud of myself right now. I'm going to have some beers, some more beers. I've already knocked back a few because it's pouring sweat out here. But I'm really excited. I'm really happy. Let me bask in the glory. All right, everybody. From me and Zoe. She barked almost the entire time I was out here working. It was awful. She's a barking beast. She's old, so whatever, right? Anyway, thank y'all for watching. We'll get this thing shot up on YouTube here quickly. Just above Zoe's head are some videos for you guys to watch back in the series. We'll be back at this in a couple days. Till next time, peace.